Wanna be where you are. I want you to look away, boy. Be my superstar. Your love is all it takes, boy. Wanna be where you are. Want you to look.
Hi there, it's Paul here from the House of the Outsiders, and thank you for dropping by. I have something slightly different. I'm working in a new journal, and as you probably noticed from last week, I've been making iCADs, index cards a day. Now, I managed to complete a project for the whole of June where I wanted to, I think I explained it in the last video anyway, so go back and watch that. But what I wanted to do was have a rainbow flag in my Instagram of colours using the iCADs. And I did it. Successfully managed it. So quite pleased myself. And I just topped it off with a little pride flag at the end of it. So yeah, I was pleased with myself that I managed to finish that task off. However, the iCAD project was supposed to run through July, but I feel I've come to an end with that project. So I was thinking of something to do in July that was similar, and I thought about doing some collage. I thought I'd split it up. I'd do a bit of collage, a bit of drawing, because I want to draw some new kind of club kid figures, and I thought a good way of getting ideas is to collage. Now, I had thought, should I collage onto just white pages and just use those collage and draw over them when I've got a good one? Or should I make kind of art journal pages out of them anyway? And, well, I took a few pages, 7 or 8, and I coloured them all, very similar to how you saw this one being coloured at the beginning. Just took some Dilutions paint and did a block colour of about 6 or 7 colours. I've done 6 or 7 pages, so I've got them ready to go. And away from camera, I did a couple of collages and stuck them into pages and thought, yep, this is going well, it's okay. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to switch the camera on and do a third page, but this one I will actually make into something that looks like an art journal page. Now, I've never worked in an A4 size before. This is slightly bigger, but I wanted to work in a bigger book because if you take collage images out of standard magazines, especially in the UK, especially if they're figures like these, you end up with pieces that are too big for like an A5 book. You need something about an A4 size to fit them in. Otherwise you have to scan them in, shrink them down, and then put them into your book. So yes, I thought I would use a bigger book. And as you can see, I have taken a selection of images. I've taken, I think it's Bradley Wiggins' face, I'm not sure. It's a guy's face. Think is famous. I can't quite remember. And then I've taken a woman wearing a dress, and I've cut them down, both of them, and I've added some weird eyes, some weird lips, and now I'm doodling in the dress. Now, I don't know whether I've overdone the outlining in black pen for this particular collage. That's the thing about it, you just go with the flow. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I hope I've made it alright. I thought I'd go for a simple border this time. I was just going to draw a black line and leave it to that, but then because I had the white pen out already for making those white doodles, I thought, well, I'll do that kind of, I just add some dots and dashes in that. I actually like the effect. It looks like a kind of ribbon that that I remember having in my stacks, whatever, kind of a black ribbon with white threads running through it. Now, because it's a green background, I wanted to add a bit of red. It's complementary colour. We've got red in the lips already, and I thought a nice way of doing that would be to add some red dots to those little drippy doodles I've done in the dress. And to tie in with the dashes I've done in the border, I thought, well, let's doodle on the hair, and this time I added dashes as well, so yeah, just weirds it up for me. It makes a difference. I tried adding some highlights to the lips, and I failed miserably. I added highlight where I shouldn't have been adding highlight, and I tried to correct it, and yeah, it didn't go too well. you'll see, I can't remember if it's on camera or not, but I did go back over with a black marker pen and reduce the effect of the whites so that it doesn't look too bad. I've doodled on the face a little bit more, adding some kind of tattooy looking designs. And then I saw an idea in, I think it was Elle Decoration magazine, of these kind of lights that were hanging. And so I liked the idea and thought, because they were very geometrical shapes, I thought, okay, they were too small to cut out in collage, but I thought, well, I could easily draw them. So I kept the photograph for reference and drew the shapes that were similar to the one I sort of like have as my source. And then I was going to colour these in red, but mistakenly I took out my orange pen. Not that it mattered, because it needed two kind of coats of Posca paint anyway, so I've coloured the shapes in once and I'm letting them dry before I go for the second coat. In the meantime, I love putting sharp fins on things, so took my pens and pencils and thought I would draw this kind of sharp fins on the back of my character, which gave the orange paint plenty of time to dry, and once it had, that means I can now go back in the red colour I wanted and go over the top, so all worked out fine. So yes, that's what I'm hoping to do for the next few days and weeks, is to do some collage. Whether I'll make an art journal page out of all of them, I don't know. I will post them to my Instagram page, because not everything's going to be videoed. I will try with every week to press the record button and record one of the pages I do. But the rest are going to go up on Instagram, as I say. Then I'm going to hopefully sort of like take inspiration from the designs I've come up with and yeah, draw and redraw them and see what happens. You know, sort of like if any of them sort of like take inspiration. You know me, my kind of rebellious characters I like to draw, they're all like club kid types. I'm very much inspired by the kind of the avant-garde kind of designs that you see in fashion, and you know, the weirder, the more wacky, the better. So yes, we'll see what happens as I put these kind of images together. To finish it off, I have a quote to add to my page. Again, looked at my list. I keep quotes from when I'm listening to podcasts, watching telly, reading books, and this again is from the Whimsically Volatile podcast with Katya and Craig. Do look for it if you're interested in podcasts. It's adult themed, there's adult language, and I think this is something that Katya said, and just these weird little vignettes of words that he says. I've just written down pages and pages of quotes from them, and this is a little aside he said of I have a man's toolbox, and yeah, it seemed fitting for this page. Surreal enough. Now I'm filling in the A here, and I don't know what it's going to look like because I haven't watched this pen, but I know when I was doing it took several pen attempts to do this. I don't know whether my pen was drying up or I don't know, it was just going wrong. Anyway, the close-up means we're coming to an end, so thank you again for listening to my ramblings. I hope you enjoyed, and I shall be back hopefully next week with another page. Bye for now.